Angelo Badalamenti. And he say, oh, that's it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Angelo. Oh, that's in my hair, Tom. I love that. Just keep that going.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Hey, Mr. Lynch. Hey, it's not Mr. Lynch. Can you hear me from here? Because, and if he can leave, it's Friday, not today. 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 it's cloudy. It's also raining, slight rain at the moment. It's generous to now. It's intense to now. It's the autumn, practically. As it's a moment for me, as if you want to fare altrimenti innanzi, giusto, se mi testa sicuramente. Lì, so, 8 che si vede, potete sapere che ci siete così. Dove io senza questa persona, forse si vede così. Senza la stagione, si mette in scena per la feria, se sono sì, forse di curiosi. Bernardisa. Fantastic, black, red, also white reason. That if the point where the news this is the fifth reason. Story with the report. This is the news, it's I think only 2 months. I also want to this thing, but so if the match you better than the face, I think it should be more than 2 months and the music is reason in the Fred records. And the previous respectively third white and the third the white the fourth the white creation appunto many weeks ago think more than 2 months ago no so bisogna dire in pratically only for news of the my bad list 30 minutes and this cover all this cover this 30 minutes and into different what's important that's the covers all the bad it's a bit حتى الإمبرت سكت فيها تنتفي بين يستوي فوق يقول عيسى Desde corteggiare sembra interessante, uscire sia il nostro perfetto. La stessa suppose e fa che sono una ripeta che si sa. Finalese, totally, non mi foto. Foto da che mostri, sono di genere Claudi, scansa, signora. Mette che Claudi, con la batteria. Si fa che non sono da tenere, non è stupire. My sensations are things I think later might became darker and bigger. And my team better to me more rain. It's just part of rain, it's a lettering. But it's a number of chance of this. So it's left clear. So can't get yeah. Band, accent translator. Since a month, 2 years, and also for me. It's a day and shut. That's what's my se forni te ne siamo sentire anzi non so bene and finally from a media per keyboard and magic something for the PG fai also and finally dates late in general so for my hours perhaps slightly late so late completely late because the number is very good average so I'm not late to so for the market for the late from late is that late تفنت أنا برتم بثلاث توريس تفنت أنا برتم بثلاث يسوي زرع شو بدري بيتا غير هيك اللوز زي late tools for hours perhaps so slightly late it's just running obviously this will go on for minutes but everything is shows it in some way also very important I'm really since I think now once 4 or 5 months if not 6 exactly also da conto di Singaz e sono io da scelta se tu vai e se devi sapere qui che ti finisce da fuori the shots and when for esempio for the video before I suppose next week and we did this also in fact as a breakfast always have moment this is a bit particular mega se non ti usi non si siete e non fi dare da lui si estra come andà per ansiarsi mi sarsi un po' di posizione e lascio in cosa attraverso questa posizione la banda per ansiarsi così e dovrei come super banda depois fazer aí. Final today, fucking tutto morto, le per me,